came out this morning, but in the sunglass battle between Jay Novell and Deion Sanders now, Deion Sanders gifted a pair of shades to the entire Colorado State team, or Colorado team today, after Colorado State head coach Jay Novell made his comments there yesterday. And Pat McAfee is doing a show in Boulder. This is something we have not seen in college football. This is what Texas wanted the Longhorn Network to do.
Exactly.
This is what Texas wanted the Longhorn Network to do. This is so much bigger than even just that, in that Deion Sanders has commanded the attention, and this is just one of the lamest weekends schedule-wise of the year, like as far as top 25 matchups and big tilts. Mm-hmm. But seemingly a game that last year, if you would say Colorado and Colorado State, if Colorado hires anybody else in the world but Deion Sanders, it's like, well, the rebuilding Colorado team will get Colorado State and Jay Novell. Nobody's talking about sunglasses. None of them, like Big Noon Kickoff, ESPN, Pat McAfee, no one's there.
60 minutes.
60 minutes is doing a story on Deion this week. It is absolutely bonkers what's going on, but he gave everybody a pair of sunglasses. And if you wanted the best first month of recruiting lead time when the season starts, like Deion's already Deion when he got that job, that was helping, but the things that he cannot sell people on before they play games are, well, our offense is going to be great. You know, we're going to be fun. You're going to have opportunities here that you may not have other places. I can mostly believe that. And not that I think that Deion, and it's not like he would be lying. He doesn't really know either.
Right.
Like, he's confident that'll happen, but he doesn't know because it hasn't happened yet. So now that he can show you what it could be like and what they're doing with guys who are, to the recruits he's getting, like the Cormani McLeans that he brought in already, or some of the other big recruits he's going after that are lower down the recruiting totem pole than 5-star and 4-star guys. What he's doing with those guys, I don't know how you're going to. What you're going to have to do is hope every year that when Deion gets his 25 guys, that's kind of it, and then you go, because you are going to combat something that you just can't. Like, you have to just not worry about it. You can't. You're not going to be able to. The other thing is, and I think this has proven it, good luck trying to do the old school negative recruiting thing.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Because those things that stay kind of in-house between other coaches, like, oh, this coach said Nick Saban was old, or this coach said this. Oh, if it gets back to Deion, it is on blast. So all those rules, the old rules are out the window, and you just kind of you just have to hope that maybe they don't get as good as you think they're going to get.
I honestly, man, when this initially happened, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And maybe it's negligent on me, my first thoughts being somebody from Texas and following what Deion's done after football, per se. I always go back to prime prep and the debacle there. And I think that's unfair, realistically, if you look at the situation and the view of it. But to be able to do what he's done is remarkable. I think when you watch anything, the way they navigate social media and everything, I don't know why any kid in the nation wouldn't want to go play there, wouldn't want to be a part of that culture. It's a lot of fun. I think they are the perfect fit and the blueprint for how everybody needs to approach modern college football. Embrace social media, have fun with things. UCF does a really good job with it. I think those two teams, once Colorado is officially in the Big 12, are going to be hands down the best at doing that, at captivating younger kids and people who really understand the modern landscape of what we're doing right now. And the energy that he's been able to bring there is something that I personally haven't seen since Pete Carroll and those USC teams where you were able to get like people who aren't even involved with football coming out because it's an event. Like Miami used to be able to do that. This is one rare air that he's been able to do, and I think it's great that he's gone out today. I believe it was today or yesterday. I think it was this morning where he acknowledged like the whole NFL rumors and said like, no, I like what we're building here. I'm very comfortable in Boulder, and I think it's going to be dangerous for a lot of people, especially once they finally get in the Big 12 and their footprint is firmly back in Texas.
Yeah, I think that he's in Colorado until he can prove what he can do at Colorado.
It might be natty or bust.
Yeah. Then after whatever benchmark he set in his mind,
Yeah.
or what he thinks is at least you got to where you've proven that you can do it anywhere, then he's probably in the water.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think he's going to hurt his credibility if he's like a hit and run lover, so to speak. So he can't. I think right now he's just going to ride the wave. And you know what he reminds me of, Garrett, honestly? A little bit, with just even more confidence, which is tough to say. The coach from the 90s that did this a little bit, that kind of broke the mold, although he knew how to like navigate it differently to where he was still kind of in the lane. He is Steve Spurrier, like Steve Spurrier did. Steve Spurrier could make, like, Steve Spurrier was not ever, his wasn't, you slighted me, I'm going to come at you like Deion is. Because that really didn't happen to Steve Spurrier like it does to Deion. And because he does get slighted. Like, some of them are perceived, some of them are real, but he gets real slighted more than any other coach in the country.
Yes.
Like, any other coach. Because he's Deion and he's a flashpoint. But what Steve Spurrier would do was he could very playfully call out other coaches and put him in the corner to where, like, they have to, like, now banter back and forth with me. And the only one who really got it was Bowden, because they could ping pong back and forth, and it made the rivalry better, because Bobby was not dumb enough to be like, well, I'm going to make another joke about this guy. He was just like, all right, well, aw shucks about everything.
Yeah, they were polar opposites.
Yeah, but they had a tremendous amount of respect for each other. But they were both goofballs. You know, Deion, he has a little bit of that too, where he can riff. So you can't really beat him in his own game. You just gotta, navigate through it. So anyway,